History of Yakutsk and the Lena Pillars. The founding of Yakutsk, 1632. Yakutsk is one of the most unusual cities in the world. Located in Eastern Siberia on the left bank of the great Lena River, it is considered the largest city built on permafrost. The city's history began in the 17th century during the Russian expansion across Siberia. After the conquest of the Siberian Khanate, Russia rapidly moved eastward. Rivers became the main transportation routes because roads in the modern sense did not yet exist. Vast Siberian territories were crossed by water in summer and over frozen rivers in winter. One of the most important rivers was the Lena. It connected central Siberia with the northeastern territories and the Arctic. Along its banks lived many indigenous peoples, including the Cossack Yakutsk, who were engaged in cattle breeding, fishing, and hunting. In 1632, a Cossack detachment led by Pyotr Beketov built a fortified settlement called the Lena Ostrog, the future Yakutsk. The main goals of the settlement were establishing Russian authority in the region, collecting Yasak, a fur tribute tax, creating a military and administrative base, organizing further expeditions eastward. The first structures were entirely wooden: fortress walls, watchtowers, storage buildings, log houses, warehouses for supplies and furs. At that time, it was not a city, but a small military outpost surrounded by endless taiga. The 17th to 18th centuries, life on the edge of the world. During the first decades of Yakutsk's existence, life was extremely difficult. The climate proved far harsher than in western Siberia. Winter temperatures reached -50 degrees Celsius, summers were short, enormous distances created isolation. Communication with other territories depended mainly on the Lena River, in summer by riverboats, in winter by frozen roads and sled routes. Despite these hardships, Yakutsk quickly grew in importance. It became the administrative center of a vast northeastern territory, a fur collection hub, a base for Arctic and Far Eastern expeditions. Furs were one of Russia's most valuable resources at the time. Sable, fox, and squirrel pelts were highly prized, and the fur trade generated enormous wealth. During this period, Russian settlers interacted with the Cossack people. Trade gradually developed, although relations were sometimes tense. The 19th century, from fortress to city. By the 19th century, Yakutsk was no longer a small frontier fort. The city gained streets and districts, merchant houses, schools, Orthodox churches, hospitals, administrative buildings. Yakutsk became an important commercial center in eastern Siberia. Its economy was based on the fur trade, fishing, river transportation along the Lena, supplying northern territories. Many expeditions passed through Yakutsk: geographic expeditions, scientific missions, Arctic explorations. The city also became a place of exile. Political prisoners and members of opposition movements were sent there. Despite the harsh climate, the population steadily increased. The study of permafrost. One of the region's defining features was permafrost. Permafrost is ground that remains frozen for thousands of years. In Yakutia, it can extend hundreds of meters deep. Scientists discovered a major problem. When the ground warms, it becomes unstable. Buildings begin to sink. Roads collapse and deform. Serious permafrost research began in Yakutsk, eventually leading to the development of a new scientific field, permafrost science. Researchers studied ground temperatures, climate effects, building stability, methods of Arctic construction. The 20th century, Soviet industrialization. During the Soviet era, Yakutsk developed rapidly. The city gained new residential districts, industrial facilities, scientific institutes, an airport, modern infrastructure. The main engineering challenge was construction on permafrost. To solve this, special technologies were developed. Buildings were placed on piles, air gaps were left between structures and the ground. Utility pipes were often installed above ground. The soil beneath buildings was artificially cooled. These engineering solutions became unique achievements in world architecture and engineering. Yakutsk turned into one of the leading Arctic and northern research centers. The economic importance of Yakutia. In the second half of the 20th century, the region gained enormous economic significance. Yakutia was found to contain some of the world's largest deposits of diamonds, gold, oil, natural gas, rare metals. Diamond mining became especially important. Alrosa became one of the world's largest diamond producers. Yakutsk served as an administrative center, a transportation hub, a financial and scientific center for the region. Isolation and transportation. Despite its development, Yakutsk remains one of the most isolated large cities in the world. Key challenges include no permanent bridge across the Lena River, no direct railway connection, enormous distances from other major cities. In summer, transportation relies on river crossings, ferries, aviation. In winter, ice roads, winter routes, aircraft. The climate strongly affects transportation and the cost of living. The climate of Yakutsk. Yakutsk is considered one of the coldest large cities on Earth. Average winter temperatures, -35 to -45 degrees Celsius. Sometimes temperatures fall, below -50 degrees Celsius. At the same time, summers can be surprisingly hot, up to +30 degrees Celsius. As a result, the annual temperature range exceeds 100 degrees. Winter conditions include cars often left running continuously, breath freezing instantly, metal becoming brittle, eyelashes covered with frost within minutes. Despite the extreme cold, daily life continues normally. Schools remain open, public transportation operates, shops and businesses continue functioning. The culture of the Sakha people. Yakutsk is the cultural center of the Sakha people. The region preserves the Sakha language, traditional cuisine, national festivals, elements of shamanistic culture. The main celebration is Isiak, a summer festival, large public gatherings, dancing and rituals, purification ceremonies, horse competitions. Traditional foods include stroganina, thin slices of frozen raw fish, meat from northern animals, kumis, fermented mare's milk. Sakha culture remains deeply connected to nature and climate. Nature around Yakutsk. The land surrounding the city consists of vast taiga forests. Natural features include endless forests, the mighty Lena River, northern lights, extremely low population density. Wildlife includes bears, wolves, moose, northern bird species. Much of the region remains largely untouched by human activity. Lena Pillars, a natural wonder of Yakutia. Not far from Yakutsk are the famous Lena Pillars, one of Russia's most remarkable natural landmarks. These are giant rock formations stretching along the Lena River for approximately 40 kilometers. Some cliffs rise 200 to 300 meters high. The formation of the Lena Pillars. The rocks are more than 500 million years old. Millions of years ago, the territory of modern Yakutia was covered by an ancient sea. Over time, marine sediments turned into limestone, the sea disappeared, erosion began shaping the rocks. The formations were created by water, wind, frost, temperature changes. Over millions of years, vertical stone columns of unusual shapes emerged. Many resemble towers, fortresses, castles, walls of an ancient city. The importance of the Lena Pillars. The Lena Pillars are a national park, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, UNESCO. They hold geological, environmental, scientific, tourist significance. The area contains ancient fossils, rare plant species, traces of prehistoric life. Traveling to the Lena Pillars. The Lena Pillars are usually reached from Yakutsk. In summer, by boat along the Lena River. The trip takes several hours. In winter, across the frozen river, via ice roads. The site is considered one of the most beautiful natural landscapes in Siberia. Conclusion. The history of Yakutsk is a story of human survival and development in one of the harshest climates on Earth. The city evolved from a small Cossack fort into a modern center of a vast northern region. It became a scientific center, an economic hub, a symbol of life on Permafrost. The Lena Pillars, meanwhile, are an ancient natural monument that reveals Earth's geological history and remains one of Russia's greatest natural wonders.